Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. My name is Jenna. Zavier's right here. He's having some tummy and floor time. So if you hear him cooing, that is what he's doing. He's staring at me while I am talking to you guys. We just had some cuddle time and I had some playtime with him, and now I'm going to be sharing with you guys how we afford our family of 6, the budgeting tips and tricks that we do, because this is another highly requested video that I have gotten from you guys, and so I am ready to share what we do. One of the questions I get is if we use any apps to budget or to track our finances. So we do not use any apps. I would love to have the Every Dollar app, but if I'm going to do it, it'd be the premium version, which does cost money. And if you don't know what that is through Dave Ramsey, and I always listen to the Ramsey Show podcast. Like, I find that very, very motivating, which is one of the things that we do. So we are currently doing the Ramsey method. We are on baby step number 2. If you don't know what those are, I'll put like a little thing right here beside you. But we are fully on board. So we've kind of gone back and forth throughout the years. Sometimes we're on it, sometimes we're not on it, sometimes we fall off of it. Life gets in the way, and I have found from watching the podcast that is pretty normal. A lot of people do that, but this time is very, very different for us in many ways. We are completely credit card debt free. However, we're still on baby step 2 because we do have our vehicle and such. So we are on baby step 2 still. I know I don't really talk about that because, I don't know, some people it's kind of taboo to talk about finances or to get into the details. I'm not going to get into the details with ours. I'm being very vague. Obviously, I will share a grocery budget and stuff with you guys because you see those hauls. You see the totals on there, you see what we spend, and so I find that is okay. It just depends what you are comfortable with sharing personally. Zach and I watch the Ramsey Show podcast every day, sometimes every other day, but we really enjoy watching it. There's a live show every single day. We watch it on YouTube. Sometimes I'll listen to it on the podcast in the shower. I also watch some other YouTubers as well, like the Caleb Hammer. He does financial audits and such, or I'll listen to just some random things if people are talking about getting out of debt. I find that very, very motivating because when you're on this journey, you need that motivation to just keep going, because sometimes when you're on the journey and it takes a while, you can just feel like, oh my gosh, I'm not making progress. This isn't going anywhere. I need to do something. And so when you watch these podcasts, it's a good way to stay motivated because other people, oh yeah, because it shows that other people have done it, and if they can do it, you can do it too. And you might find some stories that you resonate with or some situations that are very similar. And so I find that very helpful to watch the podcast to stay motivated. Since we do not use an app, I do use pencil and paper. I am super old school with that. I love to do pencil and paper budgets. I sit down every single month and I write everything down. I've been doing this for years and years, you guys. I have a big black binder. We keep it on our counter, or sometimes I put it in the office. It just kind of depends. It has the last 2 years in there. The other 2 years I'll kind of discard in a way, but I really like keeping the last 2 years because we can flip back and see the progress of that. So I budget from a month to month, so I will go ahead and take a month. So right now I've been slowly doing April. Usually I sit down and I do it all at once, and then I'll wait a couple days and then I'll reevaluate what I did. But we'll go ahead, take a plain white sheet of paper. On the front side I will write April 2024. Say there are, I forget how many Fridays are in April, say there's 4. So I'm making this up making it up, I don't know the exact Fridays of April yet. But we'll do the 1st, the 8th, and just keep going. There's 4 Fridays. My husband gets paid every Friday. That's how I structure it. If you want to structure yours if you get paid every other week or twice a month, once a month, whatever, you can do that. And then I will write when the bills are due around where they, correlate to those Fridays. I find that really, really helps us to stay organized so we know what's going on. Once I do that, I then fit in the grocery budget. You guys know that we do one big haul a month where it kind of depends where it lays. Sometimes it'll be $300, sometimes it'll be anywhere from $300 to $500. And then there'll be 1 week out of the month where we do not grocery shop. And then the other weeks it'll be $50 to $100. That replenishes vegetables, fruit, milk, and eggs, bread, stuff like that. This is one side of our budgeting sheet that I do. So this is everything that's due. We've got the amounts here. This is expenses, mortgage, insurance, everything. So I do the due date, the expense, the amount, and then life insurance has like its own little section over here, just because like some of them come out on different dates. And so that's for the month of April. Can't show you because it's, you know, specifics. This is the other side. I blocked out all of the details, as you can see, but we've got April, and I divided it because there are 4 Fridays in April. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the 5th, the 12th, the 19th, the 26th, and then in here I will write what is getting paid during those weeks, and then I'll add in groceries and such, gas, all the things, and it's super detailed throughout. You just can't see that underneath there, but it's all separated and divided, and then that way we know what is coming up for the month of April. And I just finished doing April's budget with Zach. I find my Fetch Rewards app to be very helpful because I do scan every receipt, everything that we spend. So I will go ahead, take my phone, and I will go to the Fetch app, and I will look up the month before, and I'll see how much I spent at Walmart, how much I spent at Sam's Club, sometimes Meijer's in there, but I really do the majority of my shopping at Sam's Club and Walmart, and I'll see how much I spent, and I'll try to get below that budget. But sometimes some months are a little bit different. Like this month is different for Sam's Club because I needed to get I needed to get more wipes. I was out of wipes, and I need to start budgeting that into the normal grocery budget. So I need to budget in an extra $26 a month for baby wipes for my kids. And then I had a budget in diapers for my 2-year-old. She will be potty trained soon. I am very excited. So this is the last time we'll need to buy diapers for her. Whatever's left over, I'll just keep for my 8-week-old when he gets to that age and that size that he needs them for. But it's a little abnormal because I did have to buy those. We cloth diaper during the day, and then at night she wears a disposable, hence why I need disposable diapers for her. And Zavier the same as well, so he needed some disposable diapers, and so that kind of added to the budget. And it just kind of depends where, you know, toilet paper, paper towels, diapers, and wipes fall into it, because it's not a normal, like, every week I'm buying it, because I do buy in bulk from Sam's Club. Speaking of Sam's Club, buying in bulk is a great way to save money. Buying in bulk your meat, buying in bulk your paper towels, your toilet paper, tissues. I know he's talking to me while I'm doing this, so cute. He's like, Mom, I want to talk too. But buying in bulk really does help. Trying to plan your meals, what you want to have, and taking inventory of your pantry, fridge, and freezers is so important as well. We recently decided to start buying our meat from a family, and what I mean by that is our ground beef, and we have saved so much money already. We got 25 pounds, and I think it was like $120, $125, and that has lasted us a good while, and the meat is so much healthier for you, and it's delicious, and you know exactly where it's coming from. So I highly recommend checking out if you have any family members that sell beef, or any local places, or a friend of a friend. I highly recommend doing that because it does save you money. You know where it's coming from, and you know that it is good meat, and it tastes so much better than store-bought meat. Trust me, you will not regret that decision. Another topic that I want to touch on with budgeting and our family of 6 is a lot of people do ask, do we go out to eat? Do we do takeout? Do we do all these sorts of things? And since we are on the Ramsey method, I will say we kind of change it, alter it a little bit. So what we do is we eat out once a month, and it is at a local Mexican restaurant, and all 6 of us can eat there for, even with the tip, under $50. I think our total is like $48 or $49 with tip, which is really, really good. And so that is the one time we eat out a month. And then the second time is we get takeout pizza, and it's just really close to us, and it's under $25, and that feeds us 2 meals. We have it for dinner, and then we have it for lunch the next day, and sometimes even dinner. It just kind of depends how the leftovers go, but that lasts us 2 meals, and so it's pretty much worth the price. I mean, under $25 to feed all of us is really, really good. I find eating out to be really expensive, and it can get stressful sometimes. I love going out to eat. Like, I love anytime I don't have to cook, and so that's why I look forward to those 2 times a month where we get takeout or where we do go out to eat. It is totally worth it those 2 times. I mean, we can do it for under, I thought you spit up, sorry. I mean, we can go out to eat and get takeout for under $100 a month, which I find really good. So I do budget that as well. When doing your budget, I suggest putting in, if you are going to still go out to eat or you are going to get takeout, writing that in the budget so it's not like an unexpected thing. Thinking about your kids, like what's coming up, you know, like for the month of February, you had to think of Valentine's Day parties, Valentine's Day boxes, everything you have to buy for that. So I put in a line item for budget of that. or birthday parties, like if there's a friend birthday party or kids they have to buy for, I do think of that as well, and I put that in the budget. So we base our budget off of my husband's income because he is the sole provider. However, I do make a little bit of money from social media. I'm going to be honest about that. I do make some money. It is not a lot. And so what I do with that money is I save a little bit for my hair because I do find that to be something important for me. I only get it done once every 4 months and it's not very expensive. I mean, it can be expensive. It just depends, you know, what I'm getting done. But I find that really important for me to do. Now, if I was doing it like every month, yeah, it's going to be expensive. But once every 3 to 4 months isn't that... It doesn't add up to be a lot, in my opinion. I find it important self-care, and so I do save that for myself. I do pay for the Peloton membership, and so I will use the money that I make for that. Also, will use the money that I make to buy my husband presents, just because I feel so bad using, like, I mean, it's our money, but you know what I mean? Like, I want to be able to buy him something, and so I will save up some money and save it for, like, Valentine's Day, Father's Day, and his birthday to buy him something, and it makes him feel a little special because he doesn't expect it, and it's kind of a surprise to him when I do purchase something for him like that, and he's like, oh, how, you know, and then he realizes, oh, you know, I did it from my work and such, and so he really appreciates it, and I like doing that for him. I also use it to pay off our extra debt as well. Gonna be upfront honest with that. Anything I make after saving money aside for all of that, I will then use it to help pay off debt so then we can get out of baby step 2. I'm so excited to get out of baby step 2. We, you know, calculated everything up. We have a date set of when everything should be done, and we are highly motivated, which is very exciting, but I am super pumped for that. Another way that we save money is, I already mentioned, we use cloth diapers for our kids, and hand-me-downs. Hand-me-downs are very important, especially when you have multiple children and you have multiple children with the same gender. Definitely helps. I have 2 girls and 2 boys, and so I save my kids' clothes. Like from my oldest, I have a daughter that's 6, a son that is 3.5, a daughter that's 2, and then 8-week-old right here, little boy. And so what I'll do is from my oldest 2, I will save their clothes, put them in bins and label them, and then when the time comes, then I can use those clothes from my younger 2. My younger 2 do get new clothes, okay? I know some people will come for me. They do get some new clothes for Christmas, their birthdays, or if they need something, like if they need shoes or, you know, whatever they need, I will then add it to the budget for that month and save up for it, whether it's with my money or adding it into our regular budget, so that way they can get what they need. I'm breastfeeding Xavier right here, so you will see the top of his head. Another way that we save money is when we know that we're going to do a trip, like a camping trip or something fun with the kids, we'll kind of plan it months in advance, and so then we will start saving. That is the same thing with Christmas. We start saving for Christmas right now. March, April. Right now, we start saving for Christmas. We figure out how much we're going to be spending. We kind of look off of last year's budget and go from there. And every year it seems to work out that way. It saves us in the long run a lot of stress, because when we just had Savannah, we would start saving in like September, and that was not soon enough for us. We found that we needed to start saving a lot earlier, and especially more kids we have, we know that we need to start saving in March, April. Trust me, it makes the holiday season a lot less stressful. And then you can also buy if deals come up. Like if you know what you want to get your kids in June or July, you can buy when a good deal comes along and save some money. And then you just need to find somewhere to store the stuff. I hope you guys enjoyed these tips and tricks, and if you have any more questions, please leave them down in the comments below or message me on Instagram. I will go ahead and try my very best to help you guys out or to share any more information or resources. And if you did like today's video, please give it a huge thumbs up. Subscribe if you guys would like to see more, and I will see you guys in my next video.